pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Here.
Commissioner Reichmeyer.
Here.
Commissioner Metter.
Here.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Here.
All right, I need minutes approved of meeting held on February 14th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks. Yes. Commissioner Reichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Minutes on my desk.
Need minutes of approval of minutes of meeting held on February 17th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr.
Commissioner
Turner.
Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Reichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, and last, need approval of minutes of the executive meeting held on February 14th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second? Roll call, Mr.
Commissioner
Turner.
Meeks. Yes. Commissioner Reichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, going on to visitors. Wayne Walton, you're up.
Good. Thank you for letting me come before the council. Number one thing, I'd like to thank the mayor, and city council, and city employees for January and February snow and ice removal in the city of Mount Carmel. The streets were really good. Fortunately, they've not had much practice in the last few years, and this year caught us. But anyway, did a real good job, so thank you on behalf of a citizen of the city of Mount Carmel. Well, I'm representing the Mount Carmel Kiwanis Club, and we'd like to ask for permission to utilize the Southgate Industrial Park for a two-day circus, Culpeper and Meriwether Circus, May the 3rd and May the 4th. We have two shows each day, the 4 shows. 2 years ago, we had two-day shows down there, and we had over 800 people come through the show. So we're looking forward to hopefully doing that again. In past, we've utilized the city property for the setting up of the tent and the circus and the like. 2 years ago, we got in a problem with water and the like, so we had to move last minute to Clint and Kent Harrison's lot. And I've already talked to them, and we would like to utilize their lot, which they've said is fine, we can use it. But, so that'll work out good. It's nice parking. It's higher ground. The water table on city lot is not advantageous that day. So anyway, that's what we plan to do there. The money that proceeds that we will receive from that, we're going to put towards the shelter house out on Park Road. We're working on getting that tore down. I know the city's going to work with us and tearing down that shelter house, and then we've got material on order now, so money from the circus will go to the shelter house, and hopefully we'll have a shelter house that we can all enjoy there on Park Road.
Yep.
So, got any questions about the circus or time period?
Have you set the times yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me double check. Yes, 2 o'clock and 4:30, both shows on Saturday and Sunday. So it'll be 4 shows. Had to double check. I was thinking 2:30, but yeah. So during the day, I know that's prom weekend, but you know, that way they still have the evenings to go, so.
Prom's a service if you've ever been through one.
It's, yeah.
Sorry.
It's on their route and that's everything like that. But I did ask for circuses, as you well know, is up and down every day and on the move. And every 3 to 4 weeks, they take an extra day just to let the help relax and unwind. I asked them for that whenever we were negotiating for the contract and everything. They said, well, let me get back with you on that. They called about a week later so we could get to 2 days. So that really works out good. And they like our big R store out here. It's got all the nuts and bolts, tape, plastic, whatever they need for keep things going and the like. So they know where that's at. Of course, they know where Walmart's at also. But anyway, they come in town and know where the diesel fuel's at. Down on Oak Street there, so they fuel up and we do good. So we bring in some revenue into the city of Mount Carmel.
Sounds great.
Any other questions?
If not, very
Okay.
appreciative of you guys bringing it back.
Okay, thank you. We like to think it's family entertainment, and it's good. We have, children come in, and that's what it's all about. Been around circus carnival business for about 60 years now, a little over, so it's, I just enjoy doing it and working with kids. I've grown up, but I've gotten older, but I haven't grown up really.
We're all like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Whenever I grow up, then, you might as well
Fun's over.
do me in. So, any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Moving on to Wabash Laundry LLC. Bobby, you're up.
Hi, my name is Bobby, and I'm here to represent Wabash Laundry LLC. I'm from Lawrence County, and I have my hands in a few successful businesses down there. I've been in Mount Carmel market for a little bit, and I thought there was a need of a nice laundromat over here. Just looking around on the ones we already have, I thought the advancement in technology over the time, so I knew there was definitely a need for a new laundromat. I would like to apply for the RDGB grant to fix this building up that we're trying to put a laundromat in here on Market Street. Just fix the front, the back parking lot so it's more accessible towards everyone, and then just make a nice laundromat over here, which is up to date.
So you want to mention which building you're going into?
The building my parents own here on Market Street, it's at 516 North Market. That's where the gaming place used to be. Just with the dimensions of the building, we know it's going to be a great layout for a laundromat, and that's the plan so far.
And so the city of Mount Carmel will be applying for this grant on behalf of Wabash Laundry LLC. And what's really nice about this grant is that the city gets the money, and then we purchase the units, and then Wabash Laundry LLC pays us back over a 10-year period. And once that period is done, the monies that were received in the grant stay local. We don't pay the state back, so it is basically an incubator for our own little revolving loan again for businesses on the Market Street area. So it's a win-win for everybody. So appreciate it very much. Another laundromat will be very useful in the community.
I definitely think there's a need, and then so many things have changed over the years.
Yeah.
Just with the equipment going up to date every day, and then it's just getting more efficient and more beneficial for everyone.
Yeah, they got Wi-Fi now, or they'll, my daughter, when she went to SEMO, and then the other one down in Carbondale went to the laundromat, and they, it told her on her phone how much time was left and everything else. But anyway, sounds great. Thank you. Was there any other questions for me? Okay. All right. Moving on to reports. First off, welcome to the meeting this afternoon. Appreciate everybody being here earlier, but we have an exciting thing happening this afternoon. And, first off, I want to wish Lady Aces a big congratulations over their victory on T-Town. That's quite the accomplishment. I know several coaches have gained, for that glory over T-Town, but unfortunately, we've missed out on it several times. But congratulations to Coach Matt McCarty and the Lady Aces team. And also want to wish Coach and the team a very good luck tonight up in Salono. Over the last few weeks, I just sat in a meeting. They talked about an educational book being this tall. That's probably as tall as the state budget, if not bigger. I have been mulling through the state budget on what they're proposing, what they're not putting in, what they're putting in, and everything else. So if the state legislators actually pass this budget, it'll be interesting with the basically the increase in cost the state will be spending, to say the least. But some of the interesting parts about it was the upcoming grants and stuff. There's a lot of opportunity for us here at the City of Mount Carmel to go after those grants, and we will be. So once they get the funds granted to them, and we can apply for them and hopefully be successful. Also, the last 2 weeks, on the grant situation, the lead service line and the retention and hiring for police quarterly grants reports were due. These are quite lengthy in entail and everything we've spent every penny on over the last year and a half on the lead service line and the last almost year on the rehiring and retention grant. So anyway, I got those done and then worked on some airport stuff. The design for the new hangar was presented to us. We rejected it and asked for some changes. Mr. Garcia can go into that if he wants. But anyway, they actually agreed with the changes that Mr. Garcia came up with on the new hangar up there. So hopefully that'll be out to bid sometime in April, along with the snow removal equipment. So we will be going to Indianapolis to look at the new potential equipment on Wednesday. So Mr. Garcia is going to have to get up early to go to Indy to look at stuff. So anyway, also today we'll have an additional meeting, being the 4 p.m. meeting, to review the demo bids on the city pool. So we've had quite a bit of interest from companies in the tri-state area on that. So I know of 3 bids we've received so far, kind of expecting hopefully a few more. So we'll see, but that is my report. Commissioner Metter.
Thank you, Mayor. The last couple of weeks, we've done some maintenance around the street department on equipment as well as property. Been working out by the swimming pool and the old tennis courts, kind of getting that all cleaned up and moved around. Filled several potholes and picked up what we're gonna pick up this year for the leaf season. So other than that, just kind of getting stuff ready to go for spring. Into a report.
All right, I'll add to your report. This council, I believe this council or the last council, voted on the opening and closing of the restrooms out in the park from an April 15th open date to a November 15th closing date. A couple years, 2-3 years ago, we tried to please everybody and, open them up early because we had one good sunny day, and then 2 days later, we had to rush our crews out there, and it's not cheap to winterize that restroom out there with the PEX tubing and everything. So we're sticking to our guns on that April 15th, unless the long-term forecast looks wonderful. I'm not seeing it right now. So anyway, just a reminder of that. All right, moving on, Commissioner Ackerman.
Thank you, Mayor. Past 2 weeks, we have $55,512 in revenue, $288,824 in expenditures. We're at 86% of our budgeted revenue. Most of the items this past 2 weeks were miscellaneous. The largest 2 items were utility tax, interest, and then a variety of other items. So pretty quiet 2 weeks in that area. End of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Ackerman. Welcome back, Commissioner Meeks. Your
Thank you,
report,
Mayor.
sir.
Back to what you were saying, that dog watering thing we got on Oak Street.
Yeah.
We've had some people, I guess, want to know why we haven't turned that back on, and the same thing you just said. We opened it up, and then we got a cold snap coming in, and we got a problem. So if anybody wants to know why, it's just March the, 3rd?
Yeah.
So give us another couple of weeks anyway. The water department, running well. We're having a little bit of problem with the carbon mixing with the water, which is starting to plug up the filters. I think Keith figured it out that they're gonna start mixing the carbon with the water before they inject it. So that's gonna help that problem, probably solve it. Doing some maintenance on the water wells. The sewer plant, Carter pump number 2, roller bearings installed and back in service. Carter pump number 1, locked and tagged. We're getting some prices for parts. The sludge press conveyor belt is off track, probably a slack problem or maybe a bearing problem. They're working on that one. Water sewer maintenance, repaired several water leaks during the polar vortex, I believe they called it. Jetted out some couple sewer lines, replaced 3 valves, and he did 26 locates and attended OSHA training. Into my report.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Meeks. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mayor. In the last 2 weeks, the fire department's had 18 different calls They've also had their training with mutual aid and renewed their CPR. For the garbage department, the big trash pickup will begin on March 31st, and the electronic recycling will be the morning of May 3rd. So you can recycle your electronics and then head to the circus. End of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Zimmerman. Mr. Turner?
All I have is I think we need to circle back to that RDBG grant.
Yep.
For you to authorize, or for the council to authorize you to seek that grant.
Okay. Yep, so I need a motion on that.
I'll make it.
Do I have a second? Second. Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Nutter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
And with that, I have nothing further.
Mr. McCullough?
No report, Mayor.
All right, Mr. Garcia?
Well, today, just getting everything ready for the springtime, hopefully. Been taking some motion classes, got that done, and some phone calls for the new hangar we could get. Hopefully, everything works out, and cross my fingers. Hope we get some new aircrafts there. So, that's the end of my report.
I appreciate you going through all that stuff with the, working with Donahue on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, the changes, I saw no need for them on what they proposed, but anyway, to each their own. All right, Mr. Gidcombe.
All right, I wanted to touch on the leaf routes. We are completely done with that. Equipment's put up, so if you have leaves out, please bag them. We still have our bag route going. Again, we've been working on the tennis courts. Hopefully in the next week or so, we'll have that finished up and seeded and strawed out there. We did have an issue over the weekend. The mayor and myself went to the water plant to look at an issue with our generator. They installed a new starter and 2 new batteries in it prior to this, and the starter is bad. It's being overnighted, and we'll get the generator, so hopefully we don't have any storms before then.
It's under warranty.
Yeah,
Good. But that's not a cheap starter, is it?
probably not.
It didn't look that expensive, but
Nothing with them is cheap anyway. End of my report.
and we also had one of the Indle House sensors go bad
Yep.
down at the water plant that we had to shut off,
Number one.
number 1 completely, but we got that back up and running, so.
It did not censor the depth of the water. Without the sensor of the depth of the water, it doesn't know to tell the system when to do specific
Yeah,
things, so we had to
demand
shut
water,
those
stuff like
down.
that. So went down and we had an additional one that was in our stock.
And just to tie on to yours about the carbon that is clogging up, we had a spare pump there. He hooked up water to rinse that out. But we're still having an issue from where it comes in out of that storage tank to there. And we're working with Mark Wyrix on getting that fixed.
And then on the open house is March 17th at noon with a ribbon cutting at the water plant. So,
End of my report.
all right, thank you, Mr. Gidcombe. New business, consent agenda. Need a motion for consent agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Nutter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Any other business we need to cover this afternoon?
No, that's it.
We will, Mr. Turner and myself